Israeli security forces may have committed war crimes and crimes against humanity in killing 189 Palestinians and wounding more than 6,100 at weekly protests in Gaza last year, United Nations investigators said on Thursday. The UN report, which examined Israeli soldiers' actions in response to unrest in the Gaza Strip, said they had found reasonable grounds to believe snipers knowingly shot at journalists, health workers, children and persons with disabilities. Israel rejected the findings of the UN probe, calling it hostile, deceitful and biased, and accused Palestinian Islamist Hamas of pushing the residents of Gaza to the fences, including women and children. Israel rejects the report outright. Foreign Minister Israel Katz said in a statement after the probe alleged soldiers may have committed crimes against humanity. No institution can negate Israel's right to self-defense and its duty to defend its residents and borders from violent attacks, he added, labeling it the theater of the absurd. Katz said that those pushing the residents of Gaza to the fences, including women and children, is Hamas, an organization whose declared goal is destroying the state of Israel, and is the one to bear the responsibility. The probe was carried out by a UN commission of inquiry set up by the world body's Human Rights Council. It investigated possible violations from the start of the protests on March 30, 2018 through to December 31. The commission found reasonable grounds to believe that Israeli snipers shot at journalists, health workers, children and persons with disabilities, knowing they were clearly recognizable as such, it said. Protests and clashes broke out along the Gaza border on March 30 last year. Demonstrators have been calling for Palestinian refugees to be allowed to return to their former homes now inside Israel, which Israeli officials say is akin to calling for their country's destruction. They accuse Hamas of using the protests as cover for infiltrations and attacks, while rights groups and Palestinians say protesters posing little threat have been shot by Israeli snipers. At least 251 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli fire since March 2018, the majority shot during weekly border protests, and others hit by tank fire or airstrikes in response to violence from Gaza. Two Israeli soldiers have been killed over the same period. Israel and Hamas, the Islamist movement that runs the blockaded Gaza Strip, have fought 3 wars since 2008.